888-860-2366. That's 888-860-2366. Or you can log on to DominicaEliteRealty.com for all your inquiries and questions. Elite Realty Dominica, where exquisite living is defined by nature.
Give it to me, do it to me, give it to me. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. The way you make me.
Do you like music like this? That's right, I'm asking you. Do you like music like this? Then why have you not been to Sophisticated Saturday as yet? That's right, each and every third Saturday of the month, we call it Sophisticated Saturdays. Where we keep it at? Caribbeanlifetv Studios. 6254 Memorial Drive is the only place to be each and every third Saturday of the month. So if you want to celebrate your birthday, if you just want to come hang out and have some fun with grown people having big fun, Sophisticated Saturdays is the only place to be. It's brought to you by yours truly, DJ Reds, and my boy, Mr. B. Sophisticated Saturdays, every third Saturday of the month, 6254 Memorial Drive is where the grown people go and have good, clean fun. Every third Saturday of the month, man. The way you make me feel, I'm just going to have fun. I'll see you there. Sophisticated Saturdays. I got you.
Greetings, Gwinnett International Church with Pastor Rob, in association with Patamore Music, presents our first annual International Evening of Praise, Sunday, September 15th, 2024 at 4 p.m. This Evening of Praise will be held at the Caribbean Live Studios, 6254 Memorial Drive, Suite C, Stone Mountain, Georgia, featuring artists such as Rohan Clark, Professor Roach, Why Not the Paul, Universe, Khalil Ross, Renee LeBlue, Ja Wall of Fire, Next Level Praise Team, Ann Williams, Daughters of Zion Praise and Worship, Sharon Edmondson, and Doxology. Admission only $20. Refreshment on sale. Catering by Sweet Julie Mango Cafe. For more information, please contact 770-276-8077 or 706-351-8276. This is a TCBM production. You don't want to miss this International Evening of Praise. So see you there.
Atlanta, it is time for Atlanta Bless Music Fest, presented by Bijosh Entertainment in association with Max Productions on Saturday, the 31st of August, 2024, starting at 12 until 5 p.m. will be the free community event. Bounce about, face painting for the kids, blood pressure and blood sugar check. Then from 6 p.m. until Atlanta Bless Music Fest, featuring Jaron Nerve,
Caribbean Christian and dancing in my blood.
Jay Bez, Jason Mighty, Golda McFarlane, John Wayne Bailey, Renwick Dewsbury, Rosie B, and LKM Praise Warriors, Doxology, Divine Souls, all backed by MP Band, MC Dr. Monica at the Church of God of Prophecy, 3333 Covington Drive, Indicator, Georgia, 30032. Tickets, $45 pre-sold, $50 at the door, $90 VIP. For more information, call 404-468-1423 or email bjoshent@gmail.com. Visit us on the web at www.atlantabless.com. Saturday the 31st of August 2024 from 12 noon to 9 p.m. It is Atlanta Bless Music Fest. See you there.
Simmons Events, in association with Baseline Production Group, presents the 19th staging of the Grace Atlanta Caribbean Jerk Festival. Sunday, September 1, Labor Day weekend, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Lithonia Park, 2501 Park Drive, Lithonia, Georgia, 30058. Presented by Publix. Savor the flavor of authentic jerk cuisine. Play zone for the kids. Corporate walk, food court, chef demonstrations, celebrity chef challenge, and much more. On stage, Tanya Stevens, Baby Sham,
I remember those days when
Rupee, and a Daisy, DJs, Mix Master David, Richie D, DJ Juggler, Ecstatic Sound. Tickets and info at atljerkfestival.com. Sponsors, VM Group, Atlanta Montego Bay Sister Cities Committee, 2B Caribbean, Vibes Nightclub, Mikey Sparkle Production, Caribbean International Shipping Services, JN Money, The Flavor Radio, V103, and The Mortgage Place.
Hello, my name is Unique Shamque with Sacred 7 Conversations. We meet every Wednesday at 7:45 to 8:45 p.m. Tap in with Sacred 7 Conversations. I see you. Hello, my name is Unique Shamque with Sacred 7 Conversations. We meet every Wednesday at 7:45 to 8:45 p.m. Tap in with Sacred 7 Conversations. I see you. Welcome, welcome to Sacred 7 Conversations with Unique Shamque. How's everybody doing today? Welcome, welcome. I'm Unique Shamque, wellness coach and behavior coach. And today I have some awesome tips and treats and things to take your vibration to a higher level, take your wisdom to a different dimension, take your spiritual life to a whole nother degree and levels upon levels. So let's get started today. What is Sacred 7 and what it's about? Sacred 7 Conversations came about in the midst of so many different things actually finally coming together. I created Sacred 7 Enterprises, and my motto is master yourself, your health, and your wealth to bless somebody else. So when you're focusing on yourself and you're making sure that you're your best version of who you are, then guess what? Now you're able to give out of your overflow. You're able to give out of your full cup. And now you're not drained and overwhelmed and burned out because of saving people, places, and things. And so I would want it to tap into your mental, your spiritual, your emotional parts today. There's some things depending on what's what. You might get some other things depending on the flow. So 1 minute. Let me just turn this. Supposed to have been down. Okay. So Sacred 7 Enterprises. It also came about because you know how when you just tired of being sick and tired. I know everybody have a place in their life where they're tired of being sick and tired. And so I said, okay, yeah, there's too much going on. Feeling like I don't, you know how you just really just be like, okay, am I even want to be here any longer on earth? Start questioning things. So it's like, why are you questioning those things? What's going on? And so, yes, there was some rocky roads, things happening. So I said, you know what? Since all of those things are happening and going on, guess what? I'm going to be the change that I want to see and be. So I created a program for me in my own family, my internal circle, so that now I can be able to give out over my overflow once I am able to be that change. And I started seeing different things. I started seeing and experiencing enlightenment at a higher level. So I said I would rather create a blueprint for my children's children versus just keep going and growing through and not having a journey to show. So I'm so proud of my children, young adults, and youth because they're another inspiration on why I created this program. But then now, why we are doing Sacred Seven Conversations. This is about self-awareness, but also bringing awareness to our community at a higher level. And when I mean higher level, I mean when you're talking about at a spiritual realm, there's things that are beyond us that we cannot control. And so I've learned and am learning to operate into things that I can control and pray and let go of the things and be content with the things I cannot. And so now that's actually what took me to this level of tapping into, hey, it's time for people to know why I'm here, why I'm advocating for our young adults and youth. So I'm advocating for our young adults and youth that has transitioned from high school to adulthood, who either are on the autistic spectrum, have mental challenges, but very high functioning, ready to work, be independent on their own, and the emancipated youth. And so, I definitely love our entrepreneurs, young adults. So when I'm looking at these young adults and youth and I'm acknowledging that there is some pieces that's missing, well, I was able to create and pat myself on the back because I have some case studies and testimonials from assisting my son who was characterized with autism at 3 years old, and who, fast forward 23, he now has his floor tech certification. He also is in college working on his web development associate degree, as well as now working a full-time government job. Come on now. Woo! Congratulations. And so I am so proud. And then I give a shout out. Another inspiration on why and what I do is I have a beautiful, awesome young lady, young adult girl, that is my daughter, who throughout all different challenges that occurred, dealing with depression at a young age and anxiety, when you have both parents in your life and then all of a sudden there's one that leaves and they go far, far away, you can imagine how a child could react or possibly could feel when those things happen. And so she was going through a lot and decided to just do it on her own. And as a young adult in school, peer pressure, things happening, got a job, and all the influences happening, I just thank God that she was able to bypass all of those things after the experience she has had. Now she has her welding certification, pipe fitter certification. She and from Jacksonville Tulsa Welding College, as well as her Barbizon professional development modeling certification. So guess what? If anybody's saying that I have so much going on, I can't do it, or I'm dealing with things and peer pressure, anxiety, and I can't do it, or you might say, hey, what about if I am being distracted just by life? It happens, right? And so at the end of the day, she was able to bypass all of the things that a young adult and youth sometimes don't get out of, especially having a different situation with the law and choosing different things. There's so many things a young child in high school could get into. She got into, and now. Yes, she's learning and growing through lessons that had to be learned through consequences of actions. However, we all make mistakes, and I always say give a person a second chance, always, especially if they're fighting for their lives and they know that they can do it again. So if they can do it and this was a mistake, give them another chance. So they did, we did. And now she's thriving. She has an awesome union job, welding union job, that is amazing. It's a little far though, but it's all good. So to have those awesome accolades and testimonials, guys, in the midst of the things that was happening in my life, you could imagine. And so I have awesome testimonials of having patience, being humble. When your child say, hey, thank you for being a mom all these years, but I will let you know if I need you now, okay? And they in 11th grade, imagine that. I knew I was going on a roller coaster ride. I just didn't know how high I was going. And it's been awesome and amazing, but it has been the most challenging at times. And it's good to have a support system when you're growing and going through. And so I've had some awesome support group. And I suggest everybody having some kind of partner, tag team, vent partner that don't deal with the bull, that's not going to keep up with your drama. They're going to tell you about yourself. And those are the people you need around you. Not the ones that's going to feed your ego. But the ones that's going, they'll rub it a little bit, but they're going to check you to make sure you are operating and how you need to so that we can be better for not only us, but for who? Our community. And my sole purpose today is to empower our youth, our young adults, and their caregivers and their parents and those that love our youth and young adults who don't mind giving back. So what is it that I would like to share and to bring in that value to you guys today with Sacred 7 Conversations? Y'all know, and I always ask the question, what's up with these 7? That's a lot at one time. Just give me one. And so I decided today that I will flow through the 7. However, we're going to focus on one of my favorite subjects, and it's health. I've noticed that there's, again, people DMing me and having challenges. And most of them has been our young adult men and our fathers. So I want to feedback and piggyback on some of those things that some of our fathers and young men were having challenges with. So you can imagine if a man is coming to you, what it could possibly be. So we want to be very sensitive in that subject. So that's one of the, y'all stay tuned. I have some awesome, awesome tips to give those young men and young adults that's saying, hey, I don't have enough energy. There is some challenges going on and I'm just not feeling myself. I want to be there for everybody, but I need to be there for myself. And then I have some that's saying, hey, I'm too, young. My granddaddy was still moving and grooving and going and going and going. And when they stopped him from driving, he couldn't get to his ladies. When they stopped him from moving and being independent, that's when he was gone. And so we would like to continue to add value to our men because it's important. But y'all don't know that you guys eating yourselves to death. So that's one of the things we're going to talk about. What are you putting inside of your body and how are you taking care of it? And then for the women, I cannot forget about you, ladies. So there are some ladies, the opposite of the men that's having some challenges. I mentioned ED. If you don't know what that is, that's erectile dysfunction, even in our young adults. Okay? Well, women, there's challenges. We already are emotional beings, okay? We know we're emotional beings. And so we have to be able to regulate those emotions. And there's things that we put in our bodies that have us up and down, around and around, super emotional. And the men in our families, in our life, is wondering what is going on with her. She is not on her grandmama today. So what's going on? And it's because she's out of balance hormonally and what she's put in her body. And there's some things that I'm going to share with you guys that are literally causing slow death in our bodies, and we don't know it. So Sacred 7, what is that? Well, I made a decision to create a program, I call it, a change tracker, to be the change I wanted to see and be. So I asked myself, how do you track your change, Shamque? How do you track the change that you want to be without nobody being around holding you accountable to it? I began to write, and I wrote 7 things down that was the most important in my life that made a big difference. And I put it in the order that made a big difference because my priorities was a little off too. So I said, okay, what is that? So I wrote down spiritual health, number 1. Mental health, number 2. Emotional health, number 3. Physical health, number 4. Now keep in mind, when I was writing these down, I would write down 1 through 10, how am I doing? And then I would say, why am I here? So I basically would do a chin check. Why are you here, Shamque? Why are you at a 5 in your financial? At least a 7 or 8 will get you there. I'm always striving for 10, but I always got wiggle room to vibe and thrive at another dimension. So why are you at a 5? So then I say, okay, where am I? Why am I there? And how do I get to the next step? What action plans can I take to go to the next level in my finances? To go to the next level in my fitness and my nutrition. How do I go to that next level? How do I hold myself accountable? Okay? And so I began to write, and I began to see my numbers on paper, tracking myself. So I no longer needed anybody else to tell me what and how I needed to move when I was doing that for myself. All I was looking at now was confirmation. Confirmations as I'm moving. And as I was moving and walking this out, guess what happened? I began to manifest the solutions that I wrote down. So in the midst of me taking action for myself, I began to see God, the universe, angels, everybody else working on my behalf. Once I began to journey myself and do a chin check for me. Then I said, okay, how am I doing financially? How am I doing environmentally? And number 7, how am I doing relationally? How is my relationship with myself? Number 1. How's my relationship with God, my creator, the spirit within? And how am I doing with the relationship with my peers, my constituents? How am I doing with my family, my relationships? How am I doing? And so I had to do a chin check. I had to check myself. Are you doing too much? Are you people pleasing? Because there's some areas that you're not confident in. And so now you want to over deliver for people that are pulling from you. So we have to be very mindful of those things. Are over delivering for those that saying, hey, you've already given enough. This is just right. Let's work together. But if you don't have a clue and there's things that are out of balance in your life, unfortunately, there's no way to move forward in those things, not at all. And so I took a breath and began to use tools in order to help with these 7 areas. And so today, once I share with you, we're talking about the health side. How do you master your health to a point where you are so in tune that anything that comes into your mouth, anything that comes into your mouth gate, your nose gate, your eye gate, your ear gates, all of these are gates and portals that we actually invite things in that we don't even know. And so I am here to enlighten, to wake you up, to bring awareness to some of the challenges going on in our community and seeing how can we be a solution instead of talking about the problem all the time. I also would like to, moving forward on some things, look at some of the things that's happening in our communities and speak on it and have my opinion on it and see what can we do to be the solution. Okay, so now, what is causing these diseasements in our bodies? What is it? What's causing the diseasements? What causes the disease? And what is the number 1 causes of disease? So right now, that's one of the things that we're going to speak on, because at the end of the day, your health is your wealth. You could go and run up and down and make all of the money you want to, which is just energy anyway. And if your health is not on cue and you're not paying attention to the signs and you're not listening to your body, because I was just telling somebody, my body is saying rest, rest, rest. And I be trying to fight it like a little big old kid. And I had to surrender and say, okay, I've done enough. Let me rest. And so I listen to my body and I feel much better in the midst of that. So what are the 4 challenges, diseases that are killing our community? Number 1, inflammation. When you are inflamed, that means there's toxins in the body. That means there's all kind of challenges going on, down to pain, and you don't even have a clue. Number 2, parasites. That's the number 1, actually. But inflammation, they go hand in hand. So, because if you have parasites, the poisons and the toxins that they're putting inside of your body, it literally creates inflammation. Number 3. What could it be? Do you know mucus is another diseasement? That's one of the things that Dr. Sebi spoke about when he mentioned, how can I cure these diseases? And the lady said, you're full of mucus and parasites and your colon is messed up. That's the number 4, is the digestive system, the colon. And number 5 I'll add is pressure, low circulation. So if you do not have blood circulating freely in your body, yes, you're going to be tired, number one. On top of that, the lower extremities in the body literally are closed up because the blood can't flow through. So what happens? The eyes start having challenges. So I don't have glasses or nothing. It's just like, these are really like beauty glasses and stuff for now. And so I'm claiming I don't have glasses. I'm claiming that I don't have to wear them. But if you do, there's a way that you can reverse that by building and bringing pressure, right? Blood pressure into the lower extremities. And now you can see again. And now you can breathe better. And now you can move better. That stamina is pressing forward, right? And then you can think better. Oxygen flowing from your toes to your brain. One of the things I've noticed with our men, now women, yes, but more so with our men, unfortunately, they are being challenged with their feet. They're getting swole, one, but then two, their nails are hardening and they're getting black. That is a sign of poor circulation. Okay? When you have poor circulation, it's challenging to circulate the flow, if that makes sense. So again, running up and down the steps, that's a challenge. So I have this awesome product, which is a tool, because I don't like to say anything and then not have an awesome tool. You have to DM me on it, and I will give you the link. What is it? It's our Cardio Classic. Our Cardio Classic, I am going to let y'all know, there are scientifically backed up reasons why you need to have L-arginine and L-citrulline into your diet. Y'all probably don't even know what that is, but guess what produces that? Watermelon. So men, watermelon should be one of your favorite fruits on earth. Okay? And women, yours too. Got some secrets for y'all. So I would suggest every man and women to add L-arginine to your health and your wellness regimen, number one. Okay, why? It is 1,000 times more powerful than any naturally occurring antioxidant in the body. Arginine's antioxidant properties support various body symptoms and may protect against what I mentioned in some of my podcasts as before: heart disease, stroke, cancer, and diabetes, as well as slowly premature aging. Remember I had my guest on, my girl, fabulously aging backwards, D Goddess. We mentioned, how do you literally age backwards? We don't want to premature age. I'm 44 years old, and on my bio age, when I do my scale, it says I'm 24. How old are you? I'm asking. I'll wait. If you don't have this nitric oxide, so it offers wide-ranging cardiovascular support, including controlling blood pressure. I'm telling you, this L-arginine and plaque formation. Nitric oxide keeps arteries relaxed and pliable for normal blood pressure, preventing hypertension and angina. Angina also, those that are having clots, we need the blood to flow freely, normally. I mean, to the point where it enhances memory, particularly long-term memory, and may help to reverse the effects of dementia and Alzheimer's disease. It boosts human growth hormone production with anti-aging properties. It enhances communication of messenger cells between nerves and the brain. When we talked about that, having clarity. When your blood is flowing freely, you can think clearly. You're not foggy or tired or slow to think. You on your P's and Q's. Like, that's sexy. Like, that's on your game. You on 1,000. Imagine. So we need to really check ourselves. Okay, what else? What else does L-arginine, L-citrulline, our awesome product that what I call Cardio Classic, it actually has it in there. You can naturally take L-arginine, L-citrulline, but you got to eat a lot in order to tap into that. What else? It may inhibit division and proliferation of cancer cells. Listen, it may help improve immune function and fight bacterial infections. It may help in treatment and prevention of diabetes, since many disease complications, what? Includes what? Poor circulation and blindness. Are vascular in nature. Arginine is also found to regulate what? Insulin secretion in the pancreas. I'm giving y'all these tips because we have lives on the line. People are stroking out. People are having problems. They don't know what's going on. Listen to your body. Okay, I got a couple more. It reduces pregnancy-related hypertension, a risk factor for both the expecting mother and the unborn child. It relaxes hypertonic sphincter muscles. Anybody that's having challenges with hemorrhoids. It boosts lean muscle mass and preserve bone density. Men that's working out, L-arginine will have you nice and have your body dense and your muscles. It also helps with weight management. It helps with the function of prostate. Okay? It improves it. Any men, come on, y'all know that. It also helps in accelerating wound healing. So I have a couple testimonials. One young man said, I started taking Cardio Classic twice per day, morning and night, and after 10 days, I was able to perform again. All right, my wife was very happy. Go ahead. Says, another one, I knew I needed to lose some weight and tighten my skin to eliminate the flabbiness. I started drinking Cardio Classic every morning and night. Come on. So arginine, guys, whether you get it from me or you take it naturally, you need to have circulation in your blood flowing. So that's one of the tips I wanted to share with y'all. Now, what is another killer that, besides what we spoke about, will hinder your whole movement? You're doing good, you're eating right, you got your mindset well, you got your affirmations, you're speaking life into your situation, but there is something that's creating a disease that you don't even know about. Let me give y'all a hint. Start with an S. U, G, A, R, sugar. I used to love me some sugar. I had to divorce sugar because sugar wasn't good relationship with me. I'll be up all night with me some sugar, maybe some cakes, and my snacking. Sugar was one of my best friends, actually. But I had to divorce sugar because sugar was causing so many diseases. Small things like when you say, oh, wow, how did that girl, she's so skinny. Oh, my gosh, how did she get a stroke? How did she? Oh, yes, skinny people that's not taking care of themselves low-key can get sick too. Why? Sugar suppresses your immune system and it impairs the defense against infectious diseases. That's number one. So imagine we're eating things that literally is saying, take me, come and get me, you know? So I had to say, all right, Shmi, let's balance this out. Since you know you like sugar and you like your little sweets every now and again, let's balance it out. So instead of being in prison to my health, I say once a week, once you do this, this, and this, and this, you deserve a treat. And so I treat myself instead of, eating a whole half a bag of, Oreos and stuff like that, which I don't really. But I've seen people do it, and I've shared with them that sugar is as a killer. What else? So in addition to throwing off your body's homeostasis and wreaking havoc on your metabolic processes, every part of your body, excess sugar has a number of other consequences. Nancy, PhD, author of the book Lick the Sugar Habit, contributed an extensive list of many ways sugar can ruin your health. And y'all know I like to read. It also has vast number of medical journals and other scientific publications. They said, what's the major thing to hide from any minority is put it in a book. So I have another clarion call. Y'all need to start reading more. We need to do better. Okay, we do definitely need to do better. What else? Sugar. I'm helping y'all today because there are some challenges that people were having. And they were stating that they're not being effective and they don't have enough energy. And I've been sharing with them, okay, there's some stuff you're going to have to let go. Sugar upsets the mineral relationships in your body, causes chromium and copper deficiencies, and interferes with the absorption of calcium and magnesium. Imagine, we need calcium and magnesium in our bodies in order to function, in order to move, and our joints not in pain, and the sugar is literally depleting that. Sugar can cause a rapid raise of adrenaline, hyperactivity, anxiety, difficulty concentrating, and crankiness in children. Okay, let me get sugar feeds cancer cells and has been connected with the development of cancer of breast, ovaries, prostate, rectum, pancreas, gallbladder, and the stomach. Sugar can increase fasting levels of glucose and can cause reactive hypoglycemia. It can weaken your eyesight. It causes a loss of tissue and electricity and functioning. So we talked about brain functioning and dementia, and we're talking about functions in our body. Oh, what else? So we had talked about the lack of L-arginine being in the body, but if you have sugar in your body, guess what? It also can cause challenges in our men that you didn't know. And I mentioned prostate, but what else I mentioned? Literally, it helps to cause erectile dysfunction, unfortunately. So guys, if you love sugar and you like snacking and those things, I would suggest you tighten back. Let it go. Sugar can cause your saliva to become acidic, tooth decay, periodontal disease. So what am I saying today? Oh, this is another one that's going to trigger y'all. It can lead to alcoholism because y'all know alcohol is made of sugar. And so guess what? You be tapped in. Sugar can elevate glucose and insulin responses in oral contraceptive users. Watch out, ladies. Watch out, ladies. Okay. Now, how many I mentioned? I said there's 76 ways of sugar challenges. I'm not going to name all of them. I'm going through some of them just so y'all can see that we're going to have to make some adjustments. All right. Sugar causes food allergies. High sugar intake increases advanced glycation end products, AGEs, which are sugar molecules that attach to and damage proteins in your body. It speeds up the aging of cells, which may contribute to a variety of chronic and fatal diseases. So remember we talked about aging backwards? So if you like a junk food eater, you notice why you kind of aging, that might be it. Sugar can impair the structure of your DNA. Now, when I read that and I found that out, I said, oh my God, I got to share it with my people. Because I don't think y'all know this. Sugar is the #1 enemy of your bowel movement. It could cause headaches, including migraines. Imagine, guys, it could cause a lot of challenges. It increases free radicals and oxidative stress. So it's stressing you out. Why are we eating things that's stressing us out? Sugar is an addictive substance. Sugar given to premature babies can affect the amount of carbon dioxide they produce. So women, stop giving your babies sugar. Do your best to find out ways and things to naturally help our babies. Ladies, we have to do better. That's why we're wondering why our children are having mental challenges or physically having issues. What are we doing? We need to be mindful. It's another call. I'm just letting y'all know. Last but not least, in juvenile centers, when children were put on low sugar diets, there was 44% a drop in antisocial behavior. Do y'all know? There's an agenda going on. And we need to take action for our own selves, period. It also dehydrates our newborns. I love my baby, so we're going to have to do better. What is it? Sugar. Guys, sugar is the killer of most. Do y'all see? Let it go. Let it go. In closing, I wanted to share with you how important it is at another level when we're putting things in our bodies and we know that it's not right. We have to face the consequences of what will happen when we do put those things in our body. It causes a lot of things like constipation. We already saw that it also causes people to be very emotional, even our men. There's some topics I'm going to speak on where people are literally doing things out of the space of the mental realm that we're supposed to be tapping in. And it's a lot to do with our youth and our young adults. And so when you start looking at the abuse that's happening even in with the police force, I'm starting to look at those things. I don't like to talk about some of these issues because I know I can kind of get a little radical. So I'm going to do my best to keep things in a flow of, I would say, blended right now. However, we will have some guests on the show with their perspectives about some of these topics that I will be bringing up. One of them is the police brutality, especially when they don't have a clue. And most of them are not fully equipped to handle mental health challenges. I don't believe that they're fully equipped to assist. If they have not been trained, they should not go out to any call that had to do with mental health, mental illness. That's just my say, and I said what I said. I wanted to give some encouraging light to get today. It's about elevation. One of the things that I have my 3 E's that I practice: eliminate, educate, and elevate. So when you educate yourself, you're more susceptible to be wiser, make a lot more decisions, knowledgeable. So when you start seeing that there are some things going on, you start building up. But then also elimination. We have to eliminate the things that we know that's not right in our, and that's what we put in our bodies, but then also what we put in our mindsets and our mental. When we talked about our mental gates and our eye gates, we also have a spiritual gate. What are we allowing? Who we allowing in us and on us? It's a big difference. I'm telling you, Spirits transfer whether you believe it or not, and it's a big difference. So when you start having different personalities and you just got a newbie and you wonder why you feeling some kind of way, check yourself. Check yourself. I'm telling you, check yourself. So elevation. I wanted to share an inspiration conversation. And it starts out with, again, elevation. Because once you eliminate things that no longer serves you, you now can educate yourself to new things, new mindset. And then as you do that, then now you can elevate to newer levels, new dimensions, and new degrees at all levels. And so what is elevation? Elevation is the action or fact of elevating or being elevated, height above a given level. So one of my definitions of elevation is to increase one's level of surrender, of sacrifice, of service, and study to reach a point of maturity that increases one's honor and reverence to God, giving way to a new life that yields higher quality and quantities of fruit in the kingdom of God, and eliminating and educating your life so that you can elevate in all areas, not only spiritually, but mentally, emotionally, physically, financially, environmentally, and relationally. And when you're able to do those things, you will see the elevation in each level, and you'll start really feeling good about yourself. And sometimes, when you start feeling good about yourself, and you walk in a room and your whole aura change, and it's so high vibing, just know, there is going to be some congratulators. There's going to be some immediate haters. And then there's going to be those that wish they was rocking like that. And so you just have to know that at the end of the day, elevation, you're going to win some and you're going to lose some. That's just life. One of my pastors that I really, really respect is Pastor Carl. And he spoke on elevation in one of our times when we was doing Bible study. And one of the things that we talked about was the heart of honor. What is heart? In closing, what is heart? H is honor. Honor yourself, honor God, honor what you're feeling so that you know that if anything's going on, you know that you're in tune and nobody cannot tell you otherwise. E, in everything. So heart, honor, H, E, in everything, A, in all aspects, R, with real, T, trust. Honor in everything in all aspects with real trust. That's one of the things that I learned, and it stuck with me. And if you look at Luke 6, 44 through 47, I love the Messenger version, so I will be reading it in that version. So y'all won't be saying, Shami, you paraphrase it too much, but no, this is the Message version. 43 to 45. You don't get wormy apples off a healthy tree, nor good apples off a diseased tree. The health of the apple tells the health of the tree. You must begin with your own life-giving lives. It's who you are, not what you say and do, that counts. Your true being brims over into true words and deeds. 46 to 47. Why are you so polite with me, always saying yes, sir, and that's right, sir, but never doing the thing I tell you? These words I speak to you are not mere additions to your life, homeowner improvements to your standard of living. They are foundation words, words to build a life on. God knows that my heart tells the story about how I reality am. I am that I am. I close in saying, when you walk into having an awesome relationship with God, yes, we make mistakes. Yes, we have challenges. But you know that you can always go to your Father and your Mother God and talk to Him and make it make sense and come out of that closet and know that you can do it again. You can do it all over again. You got breath. You woke up this morning. You can start all over again. We have another chance. And it's an awesome, awesome, awesome thing to know. And I wanted to share with you guys that it's important to know elevation. And when you're elevating yourself, guess what? Your community is being elevated at the same time. 3 insightful truths about what I just spoke about. At the end of the day, it's so important to honor, number one, yourself, to honor God, but then knowing that if I have honor in everything, in all aspects, with real trust, and I elevate my mind, my body, my soul, my spirit, and look at this change tracker that we talked about in the beginning of the show, and begin to see how do I honor myself and positioning what I need to do for me. And as I do it for me, I'll be able to help others. If I do it for me, even if I don't help a soul, I know I have the souls that I created within my body. And your children and your family can be blessed. They could be blessed without you even saying nothing. If y'all look at it, it says, listen, it's about who you are, what's really going to show. So when the trials and the tribulations come, count it all joy. Because when you're going through, I call it growing through the trials and tribulations, guess what? There's always a solution. So stop focusing on things that you cannot change. Stop focusing on things that are happening. I had to realize that, OMG, there's people that even my best intentions, there's always somebody out there that's talking bad about you. There's always somebody out there hating and wish they was you. There's always somebody out there saying, oh, she need to prove herself. Guess what? When you know yourself and you love yourself, people say, oh, they got this love yourself thing and self-care thing. Guess what? If you don't, you'll take everything in you and give it to everybody else and then be looking crazy when you deplete it. And you done gave everything out of your empty cup. All I'm saying is fill your own cup up first and then be able to give out of your overflow. And I'm saying that because I've been through a whole lot of situations where I've given out of an empty cup. And I had the strength to keep going because God just gave me that grace. But I knew that it was over and I needed to go sit my butt down. Why are you over here thinking you about to save somebody when you need to go save yourself? Please go sit down several seats. And I had to go sit down. And as I sat down, I was able to create. And I was able to ask God and ask family and friends, okay, what I need to do to work on myself? Okay, I know there's some challenges, and be okay with that. And when they give you that positive, I call it creative and positive feedback, take it in, Because I'm a Capricorn, some people think, and I'm closing with this, they think that, oh, you think you're always right and things like that, and you don't want to listen. You know what? It's not that. It's just that I know myself enough to know that if anybody's talking negative, I know how to reject it or receive it. And then I have an option and free will to choose if I'm going to listen to your opinion or not, because I have free will, and you do too. Guess what, y'all? I want to say thank you for joining Sacred 7 Conversations with Unique Shamque. Join me on every week. We will be making some adjustments, so y'all holler at me. Y'all show up and show out and support. I appreciate it. Unique Shamque. Y'all can see me and find me on Sacred 7 Conversations on Facebook, Sacred 7 Conversations on Instagram, and on YouTube. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hello. My My name is Unique Shamque with Sacred 7 Conversations. We meet every Wednesday at 7:45 to 8:45 p.m. Tap in with Sacred 7 Conversations.